Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Texas Events with Ann Harder. And my goodness, we are Central Texas today because Linda Griffith from Salado is here, and she is representing the Tonkawa chapter of the Native Plant Society of Texas as president. And I had the honor of meeting her the other day, and you had that beautiful t-shirt on. Make sure they can see. Isn't that lovely? But we talked, and of course, with me talking plants, that's one of my happy places to be. As you know, Salado is a happy place for me to be. But Linda, you get to live there.
Yes, I do.
And you really have a kind of a mission with the Native Plant Society. Tell me, first of all, about the group and what you're doing in Salado.
We have a really diverse group. We have retired senior citizens and young families, and I believe that the reason our club is so popular, first we meet at Barrel Brewing. That's never hurt anybody.
That's right, Katie Hill and her gang. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, but people are beginning to realize that if we are going to make a difference in the planet, we're going to have to go native. We've got to conserve water. We've got to do some plantings. And we are very excited about our chapter. We are working with numerous schools because the future of this earth lies with its young people.
Kids have to understand.
They have to know. And we are in dire straits, in a drought. I mean, we fought numerous requests for large developments to take millions of gallons of water from the aquifer to water non-natives. And it's just important that we all understand that if we're
So you're an advocacy group.
Well, I'm an advocacy person. Let's put
but I mean, you really did. You fought a group that was going to have, was it St. Augustine? Or I mean, the grass. Bermuda grass. That's what it was.
Bermuda.
And it was going to just it takes a lot of water.
It's invasive. It's non-native. It takes a lot of water. And once you get it, you can't get rid of it. It will kill out natives. Oh. So we're trying to encourage everybody to plant native trees and native plants and native grasses. I don't think people understand that pollinators are the most important thing that we can do.
Of course.
Plants are beautiful, and I love them, and they give me great joy. But without those plants, we don't eat. Every third mouthful of food comes from a bee.
Yeah.
So the only way we are going to encourage and feed those pollinators is to give them food, and their food comes from our native plants. We have host plants where they lay their eggs. We have nectar plants where the monarchs on their way back and forth stop for a drink. And we've got the plants that we are encouraging everybody to participate in. Birds are a big pollinator. They're great. They do their job. And we have a book signing coming up this Saturday. It's called...
Which would be September 16th.
16th at 1 o'clock at the Salado Civic Center. And the book is Land Stewardship for Birds for Central Texas. It focuses on the native plants that feed 108 species of birds that live right here and pass through in Central Texas. And then after that, we have a plant sale coming up on September 22nd at Barrel Brewing, always a good spot. And that we're focusing on trees. And that's at 7 o'clock.
That's a Friday evening.
It's a Friday evening. There's going to be music. It's going to be a really nice, always music at Barrels, and
of
always
course.
welcome there.
Yeah.
but we're focusing on trees because this drought has killed a lot. Even
Yeah.
our natives.
It's
Native
been a really rough summer.
It's raining. That's
Yeah, that's right. We're
probably-
happy to say it's raining
Whew.
as we're taping this. So yeah, but it's been hard. And when you have plants that take a lot of water, it's just hard on the planet.
Well, you've got big box stores, and they sell them.
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
They are,
And they're tempting
lovely,
as a gardener,
They're
yes.
beautiful, but as even in the case of the monarch butterfly, you can
Yeah.
buy those non-native tropical plants, and it will actually kill the monarch
Really?
larva. People don't normally know that, but
No.
if they lay their eggs on that non-native tropical plant, looks beautiful, not, then it dies. So when the egg hatches, there's nothing for it to eat because the plant dies too soon.
Right.
And there's a bacterial infection, and I'm sorry, I don't really know what it's about, but it can actually kill the egg before it even becomes a larva. So there's just a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that people get at the big box stores are not going to make it through the drought. They're not going to make it through the snowmageddon if we have another.
Yeah.
We had 3.5 acres, and it's loaded with native grasses, trees, and plants, and they breezed right through snowmageddon. They did struggle a little bit, and we still are in water conservation. We can only
sure.
water on Wednesdays, but they're making it. They're not thriving, but
Yeah,
they're
but they're
living.
alive.
They're alive, and that's all that matters. Everything else that's non-native died.
Well, now you brought a plant. Tell me about this little fella.
Well, this guy is Liatris, a gay feather, which is very prolific in Central Texas. It's those beautiful gatherings of purple spears, and many, many butterflies and pollinators are attracted to that. This was rescued from a construction site that was about to be bulldozed down.
Yeah.
And we got a group together, went over, dug them all up with permission. The State Native Plant Society requires that if we're going to rescue, we have to have permission. Yeah. And we did have permission, and we saved almost 200.
That's amazing. And so will they be a part of the sale?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
And we will have milkweed. We have 3 different varieties
Okay,
of
so what is
milkweeds.
there's a tropical milkweed, butterfly milkweed, and so, but you're telling me there's a difference with some of these plants?
They are. The milkweed plants that the monarch lay their eggs on in Central Texas is it's the antelope horn, the green milkweed, and then there are a couple of others, tuberosa, and there's a pearl milkweed, and maybe.
So
But what happens is monarchs on their way in the spring will lay their eggs on the antelopes and on the green, and when they hatch out, then there's plenty of times for the caterpillars to eat all the leaves.
Right.
Then they go down to Mexico. On their way back, they have to have nectar, and there's a whole variety of plants, fall asters and white mist and blue mist. All of those supply nectar and feed them on their journey. Then they come back. And the monarch is an amazing thing. And
Yeah.
we've probably got about almost 250 milkweeds that we have grown ourselves and nurtured through this heat. And they will be available for purchase. And they're hard to find. So we're really excited about that.
Okay, so the tropical milkweed, probably what I have, I do notice a lot of monarchs love the flower on their way out, but I never see any larvae on it.
And if you come to our sale, we'll show you exactly what the difference is.
Okay.
The tuberosa will look very similar, but it's more of a cluster, and the tropical is more little spiky flowers.
Right.
So the tuberosa is the one you want, and the tropical is not so good.
Okay.
It's sold as a milkweed, and it looks like one.
Yeah.
But it's not really conducive to the
Mine
caterpillars.
get aphids. They just totally.
That's okay.
I know. I mean, the aphids
are
are
not
just
bad.
they're
And
just eating them up a storm, and then
That's okay.
and then the little ladybugs get on there and eat the aphids. So yeah, I've got a little ecosystem going.
Perfect.
But they're the blooms aren't doing so good. So
Well,
my
it's
monarchs are
tough
going to be
right
happy
now.
that the blooms aren't there because they do love those flowers.
Well, I'm a little bit concerned too, because when they start that trip back up north, they're not going to have as much. We're really getting out there, and you can actually go to wild seed stores, and they've got butterfly feeders.
Oh, really?
So that you can actually get them. They're specific for the butterflies. There's a mix that you can get and put it in with your bushes, and I'm hoping maybe we can do that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Everything's turned upside down right now.
Yeah.
With all the climate issues, it's just not the same, but
Yeah.
maybe it's our new normal.
Well, and that could be the case, and that's why we need to kind of be light on our feet and be ready to shift and do what we need to maintain a great situation for the pollinators and for the birds. And so it's exciting. You've got this book signing. So the name of the author will be
Rufus Stevens.
Rufus Stevens will be at the Civic Center.
At the Civic Center in Salado.
In Salado.
And
that's in the afternoon on Saturday. 1
The
o'clock.
books will be for sale. There'll be a signing, and he's going to give a whole presentation.
Okay, and this is Land Stewardship for Birds, a guide for Central Texas. And
Yes.
that sounds awesome. But then coming up on the 22nd and 23rd, Friday evening, you're kind of focusing on the shrubs, right?
Well,
And
trees and shrubs on Friday, and then everything on Saturday.
Everything on Saturday, and that would include plants
Got a lot of those.
like this as well. Wonderful. That's a great thing, and you're doing some amazing things in Salado. I think you've helped different organizations and groups learn how to plant with native plants, right? Do their landscaping.
Absolutely, and you can have a beautiful yard with native plants.
Yeah.
There is a variety they're just treasure. I mean, the colors are magnificent. The butterflies they attract. One of the most important things we can think about right now is conserving water. Rain harvesting is big because it's not going to go away. We actually have 7 300-gallon cubes that you can purchase. We got ours here in Waco.
Mm-hmm.
You can connect it to your to the gutters.
Yeah.
And that is going to save us. The more rainwater we can harvest, the better we're going to be.
Yeah, yeah. And the plants like it so much better. What comes out of the hose.
The hose keeps them alive.
Keeps
the
them
rain
alive,
makes
but
them grow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, well, we're really hoping for maybe some thunderstorms because they like the lightning too.
Yes, a
That
little
helps.
bit of a 1-inch downpour would do us all some good.
Yeah, wouldn't it be good?
Aquifer is in very, very bad shape.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you are doing all the good in Salado, Linda. I
you.
appreciate so much your time and for telling us about these great events that are coming up on Saturday the 16th, book signing.
Yes, ma'am.
At the Civic Center in Salado, and then at Barrow Brewing on Friday the 22nd and the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd. You can do some shopping.
Absolutely.
And help your landscaping out at the same time.
And help us with our community projects. All the money from the sale goes right back to the community.
Right, and you're working at the schools. You've got special beds
Churches
at the
and schools and libraries and county seats. I mean, courthouses. We're just anybody that'll let us plant, we'll move right in.
Okay, and I guess if somebody wants to maybe learn more about your organization, how can they do that?
We have a website, and it is mpsotcentx.org.
Okay, all the information you need will be there. Linda,
Every
thank you
bit.
so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
what you're doing, and thank you for being with us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you next time.